everyone. Thank you for joining today's virtual animal keeper talk in partnership with Omota City Zoo in Japan. My name is Lohwana, animal keeper and eagle trainer of the Philippine Eagle Foundation. For today's talk, I will be discussing the following: what my role is as a Philippine Eagle keeper in the conservation breeding program of the Philippine Eagle Center. What are the methods used to breed the Philippine eagles and describing the differences between them, and my relationship to my Philippine eagles and the reason why they are so important. To introduce this talk is Philippine eagle named Sinag. So Sinag here is my 6-year-old male Philippine eagle. I have been his keeper since he was 1 year old, and Philippine eagle Sinag is my human imprinted Philippine eagle, meaning that he is bonded to me and regards me as his surrogate partner slash mate. So he does not see another Philippine eagle of his species as a potential mate. So our bond functions for the purpose of one of two methods to breed the Philippine eagle species, which I shall discuss in further detail. So thank you, Sinag, for your lovely time with me here. However, for now, I shall concentrate on giving this talk without further interruption and bring you in back later. So one method we use in the conservation breeding program is via our natural pairing method, whereby a male and a female Philippine eagle are paired based on the assessment of positive displays of compatibility to one another and can organically reproduce on their own without the need of human intervention. In this method, the Philippine eagle keepers are indirectly involved in the breeding process. So rather, we become the matchmakers of the Philippine eagles. The second method we refer to as the cooperative artificial insemination method, or we refer to as the CAI technique. This method involves human imprinted Philippine eagles and mate surrogacy with their keepers. This is the method Philippine eagle Sinag is a part of, where the keepers are directly involved in the breeding process. So Philippine eagles will bond to one keeper as they would bond to one mate naturally in the wild. Philippine eagles are monogamous birds. Both males and females actively reinforce their bonds with one another each breeding season. The same applies to our human imprinted Philippine eagles. During the breeding season, keepers will reinforce their bond with their eagles by such activities like nest building behaviors and food offerings. So this in turn allows the keeper to establish a bond and trust with their imprinted eagles and able to collect semen samples from the males to use to artificially inseminate a human imprinted female Philippine eagle. Since the human imprinted Philippine eagles cooperate willingly with either semen delivery from males and insemination for females, this rare method of captive breeding is only achieved because of that strong bond between the keeper and the eagle. So this bond must be continually reinforced all year round, on and off breeding season. Eagle breeding candidates that are involved in this method of captive breeding are typically eagles that have a physical and or behavioral disability or anomaly, which prevents them from naturally procreating with a mate of their own species, and or they have viable genetics such as Philippine eagle Sinag, who are needed to secure a captive breeding stock for future Philippine eagle generations here. Another example of mine with a different Philippine eagle under my care is Philippine eagle Fighter, who originally was from the wild and came in as a rescued Philippine eagle. However, due to the significance of his injury from being shot in the wild, Philippine eagle Fighter's left wing had to be amputated. So in order for him to survive and save his life. So Philippine eagle Fighter remains under the protection of the Philippine Eagle Center as a resident species and is under my care as an imprinted eagle as part of the captive breeding program. So he regards me as his surrogate partner as well, and issues recognition vocals and mating calls towards me during breeding season, and participates in breeding season activities such as like nest building and the like. So of course, due to his disability, he could not become a candidate for our natural pairing method. So for our natural breeders or our natural breeder candidates, they also go through a selection process. Usually eagles that come in from the wild as rescues that are no longer classified fit for release. So natural breeder candidates must undergo a testing period, otherwise referred to as a pairing attempt process. This process allows for the observation and assessment of positive displays of compatibility before the eagles can share one enclosure as a confirmed natural pair. So the eagles are introduced to one another via conjoined enclosures that share a partition screen separating the male from the female. This partition barrier acts or allows the eagles to freely exhibit their courtship behaviors, but prevents the eagles from causing physical harm and or injury to one another. So naturally, Philippine eagles are highly territorial, which can be viewed as aggressive, and they are solitary before finding a mate. However, once they do accept their mate, they are loyal to that mate for their lifetime. The result of a confirmed natural pair would be to produce a fertile egg. All eggs laid here at the Philippine Eagle Center are incubated in our captive breeding laboratory. This gives the egg the best chance of hatching and reduces risks of breaking or contamination in the nest. Like I mentioned, our CAI technique or our cooperative artificial insemination method results with keepers becoming the surrogate partner to their eagles, and the keepers are directly involved in the breeding process in terms of semen collection and insemination. So it's much more hands-on. It's a lot of time invested and spent developing a secure bond and relationship with our eagle, much like the bond I share with Philippine Eagle Sinag now. Together, Sinag and I strive to contribute to the next generation of Philippine eagles via the cooperative artificial insemination method. Sinag's journey is to become a semen donor as part of our captive breeding program. Over the years together, Sinag and I have forged a strong bond. Gaining the trust of a Philippine eagle is not an easy feat. These are dangerous animals that have the ability to cause serious harm or injury to someone who is not professionally trained or experienced in handling birds of prey. Through our daily interactions, feedings, routines, and trainings, Sinag and I began to trust each other. This gradual process developed into a special relationship with the world's largest bird of prey that will help prevent his species from going extinct. So hopefully, Sinag's future offspring will be part of a reintroduction program back into the wild. The Philippine eagle species is classified as critically endangered. They are endemic to the Philippines and found nowhere else on the planet. There is less than 1,000 individuals remaining in the wild today. The Philippine Eagle Foundation is the only breeding and rehabilitation facility in the world to breed, rescue, rehabilitate, and release Philippine eagles. Thank you all for participating in today's virtual animal keeper talk. If you'd like to continue to support Philippine eagle conservation, please visit our website in the links below. Thank you once again.